Me getting this from the library. Somebody put a live in the family instead of dead. Yeah. Yeah, I already read that. Okay. This is the next book. It's called Mennyms Alive by Silvia, Waugh. That's kind of boring. It's not boring. It's just like you want something to happen in the book, in every single book you read, most books that you read. So having been pressured by her tight-knit Indian community to get married at a young age, only to be told a few minutes later that she's been resigned. The second book. I get to read both books that I wanted to read already, just after the short book. Small, great things.
I am swift to hear and slow to speak. The Lord has set a guard over my mouth, and he keeps watch over the door of my lips. Okay, I recently filmed this one time. Now this is take two, and we're just gonna start from the top. Okay. First book on my TBR is Dead in the Family. And there's so many things that I say in the first half that was so good. Now I can't use it because my hair look a mess, which I might use it anyway. But I get these books from the library. If no one knew, now you know. And me getting this from the library, somebody put alive in the family instead of dead. But the book is obviously called Dead in the Family by Charlaine Harris. And I would tell you what I told you in the last one. Maybe they were appalled and they were upset that she was actually alive instead of dead. But she is kind of dead, right? She's a vampire. Okay, let me just read the synopsis. Okay. As I was saying, if this looks bad in this one, bro, I'm not doing these over. I'm not. This got to be good. Okay, because I'm not doing this again. Yeah. Okay. A Fey war has left the supernatural community of Bon Temps, Louisiana in chaos, and waitress Suki Stackhouse mentally and physically drained. And still, the peace and quiet she so desperately craves is hard to come by. Even with the blood of two vampires in her system, Suki is having trouble healing from the terrible torture she endured at the hands of her great-grandfather's enemies during the brief but deadly Fey War. Worst are the emotional wounds, especially over the loss of her own personal fairy godmother and the near death of her first love. Suki is hurt and she's mad, just about the only bright spot in her life, besides the fact that she is, after all, still alive, is the love she thinks she feels for vampire Eric Northman, who is under scrutiny by the new Vampire King because of their relationship. As the political implications of the shifters coming out are beginning to be felt, Suki's connections to one particular where draws her into the dangerous debate. An unknown to her, though the doors to Fairy have been closed. There are still some Fae on the human side, and one of them is angry at Suki. Very, very angry. I'm not doing it. No. We're not getting a drink. You ain't gonna drink nothing. Like, you're not gonna ruin your hair and have to do this over. I absolutely won't have it. I won't. I'm parched. I'm gonna get a drink.
I'm sorry. in this future money. Like, bro, why did you do that? Now I have to do this over because my hair is a mess. Relax, money. Relax, future money. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Bro, I parched and I don't care. Okay? I don't. Freaking, I just want some water, man. I just have water. She's never here. You're mad? You're mad? Well, I don't know. Maybe I should get my straw. Yeah. I should get my straw back. I don't want my straw.
Okay, the next book on my TV. I didn't introduce myself. I guess I sound so hostile. Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Sugar. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is AmaniT. And if you're new here, thank you for joining in. If you're old, also thank you for joining in. I have nothing new to say up to the old or the new. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Like, I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the video. The next, oh, I almost forgot. Wait. Okay, today's April 16th, and I'm doing this video today because I actually do not know. I'm doing it in the middle of April, possibly because I had other videos to do, and I was working. Yeah, I was working to be able to edit the videos that I already have, so I could buy a laptop. So yeah, so I had to wait, and plus April came, and I was still working to buy the laptop. So here we are now, April 16th, and I'm doing my April TBR. Okay. I really do hope you enjoy the video, even though it's the middle of April. So what I might do, excuse me, what I might do is read some of the books, like at least 3 books. Well, I don't really think I don't know. My current read is still Finding Freedom by Irene French. Let me see if you can see it. Finding Freedom by Irene French. I'm still reading this book, and I'm halfway through. Sorry, excuse me. Can you see? You can like see that little bit right there, right? This is my current read. I'm almost finished with the book. So what I'm gonna do is read this book and like 2 of these books that I have, 2 of my April TBR books, and I'm gonna transition the rest over to May. Probably the same books that you just seen in this video. I'm gonna put it in the next video and choose 2 new other books for May, because I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. I'm literally in the middle.
Oh, you're still recording? My bad.
Okay, let me not talk too much because my phone is, yeah. Yeah, I already read that. Okay, this is the next book on my April TBR, right? It's called Mennyms Alive by Silvia, Waugh. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis, right? Yeah. Okay. The saga of the Mennyms, an extraordinary family of life-size ragdolls, has taken fascinated readers on a journey of ups and downs, twists and turns, and finally to a riveting conclusion in this 5th volume of the popular series. The Mennyms had always lived with danger ever since their maker, Kate Penshaw, instilled in them an indomitable life force. That life force carried them through perils of many kinds and enabled them to survive the greatest danger of all, the ever-present fear of discovery from the outside world. Then suddenly that life force left them, all except Subi, the lone blue Mennym. Now as the curtain prepares to rise for the last dramatic acts about the miraculous Mennyms, Subi's desperate prayer for everyone to awake and live again is answered. But to what have the Mennyms returned? This book is in a series. This is the fifth book of the series. I do not have the other books, but I'm gonna read this book because it's a short read, and I had this book for a while now, and I want to read it. I want to get out the way, see what it's about, and read it. So if I like it, I'm gonna buy the other books. But if I don't, then it's going back to the library for someone else to pick it up. And yeah, the next book on my TBR is Irene Hannon, Driftwood Bay. Can you see? Oh yeah. Okay. After tragedy upends her world, Janet Mason retreats to the tiny Oregon seaside town of Hope Harbor to create a new life, vowing to avoid emotional attachments. She focuses on running her lavender farm and tea room until a new neighbor with a destructive dog and a forlorn little girl invades her turf. She needn't worry. Dr. Logan West is too busy coping with an unexpected family, a radical lifestyle change, and an unruly pup to have any interest in his reclusive neighbor. Yet when Janet and Logan find themselves pulled into the life of a tattered family, fleeing persecution in war-torn Syria, might they discover that love sometimes comes calling when it's least expected. Um, well, I'm interested in this story simply because it's a romance book, and I have like a few books here already that is like it's like a lot going on. So a calm romance book. Obviously, this isn't too calm because that's kind of boring. It's not boring. It's just like you want something to happen in the book in every single book you read, most books that you read. So yeah, that's that. There was something mentioned about war torn Syria. So it's war in here as well, and it's romance. So I'm interested because of that. And I had also had that book for a while now. Just haven't read it. On to the next. Grown Up Grown Up Pose by Sonya Lalli. Let me see. See it. Hey, having been pressured by her tight-knit Indian community to get married at a young age to her first serious boyfriend, Anu Desai must now start from the beginning, learning who she is and what she truly wants. But Anu doesn't have time to start over. Telling her parents she was separating from her husband was the hardest thing she's ever done. And she's still dealing with the fallout. She has a young daughter to raise and risk everything to make it work by launching her own business. She'll be forced to look inside herself to become the strong, independent woman she's never had the chance to be. The kind of woman who would be proud to have her daughter follow in her footsteps. I'm interested in this book because the cover is cute. And she starts her own business, and I thought it was about romance at first, but no. It's about a single mom. She starts her own business. She falls out with her boyfriend, her husband, and she's Indian. So that's interesting, and I would love to see how that turns out. Oh, sorry why this keeps happening. Excuse my hair if it looks bad. I'm not doing this over. I'm not. Okay, the next book on my TBR is Jodi Picoult, Small Great Things. And it's a thick book. You see that? I like thick books. And the other one was thick too. And Dead in the Family was thick too. So I'm gonna really be interested in reading these books. Okay, yeah. Ruth Jefferson, a labor and delivery nurse, begins a routine checkup on a newborn, only to be told a few minutes later that she's been resigned to another patient. The parents are white supremacists and don't want Ruth, who is African American, to touch their child. The hospital complies, but the next day the baby goes into cardiac distress, while Ruth is alone in the nursery. Does she obey orders or does she intervene? Ruth hesitates before performing CPR and as a result is charged with a serious crime. Kennedy McGuire, a white public defender, takes her case, but Kennedy insists that mentioning race in the courtroom is not a winning strategy. Conflicted by Kennedy's counsel, Ruth tries to keep life as normal as possible, especially for her teenage son. And as the trial moves forward, Ruth and Kennedy comes to see that what they've been taught their whole lives about others and themselves might be wrong. This sounds like a really good book. And I'm guessing there's a life lesson for Kennedy at the end. So, well, Kennedy and Ruth, but Ruth isn't at fault here, is she? Kennedy learns a life lesson because it probably changed her perspective, and that's what I really like. That's what I really like about the book. But that's what I really like about the synopsis, telling me about what's in the book. But why would I want to read this? It sounds like a good book, so I'm going to read about this. But I'm not really interested in. I don't really usually be interested in books with racism because it's too much to take in. But that sounds like a good book, so I want to read it. Okay, and that's it for my April TBR. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye. Okay, before I leave, I'm going to be using spin the wheel, a wheel to determine what how I'm going to read these books and what order I'm going to read them in. Okay, so I have all the books on this wheel right here. I'm going to spin it the first time, and that's, yeah, you understand. I'm going to write it down in my notes. What does it say? You see it? Mennyms alive. No. That's what I got to read first? I don't mind. Bro. Oh, no, no, dang it, no. I don't mind. I wanted to read Small Things or Grown Up Post first. But who am I to? Beggars can't be choosers. I could have just chose myself. I don't mind. The second book. Hold on, let me see. Can you see? Grown Up Pose. Oh, thank God. Men's Alive is a short read as well, so that'll be good to get out of the way. Sorry. Grown Up Pose. Okay. The third book. Can you see? Nope, that doesn't count. Small Great Things is next. Oh, great. Wow, maybe this is working out in my favor. Yeah, because I get to read I get to read both books that I wanted to read already, just after the short book, of course. Small Great Things. Okay, now for the fourth book. That doesn't count. My camera died. Okay, my camera died, and from the last will, it said Mennyms alive again, so that doesn't count. Grown up pose. I'm gonna remove the ones that I already did because that's irritating me. I removed grown up pose, so I'm just gonna keep the other 4. I'm going to remove Mennyms alive as well. I'm gonna keep the other 3. I'm about to say, what they choose small great things. Like, oh my gosh, that is so annoying. Okay, it says Dead in the Family. That's the 4th book that I'm going to be reading. Dead in the Family. And of course, the last book that I'm going to be reading is Driftwood Bay by Irene Henning. No, what's her name? I don't know her name. Irene something. Can you see that? Okay, I hope you could, but yeah, that's that. It's all in order. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.